my collar fixed. There.
Hello, friends.
Hello, and welcome back
to Monday Night Live.
Yes.
Again.
Yes. We are happy that you've joined us this evening. Look at Neisha. This is
I'm
her
just comfy cozy tonight, guys.
This is her hot college girl Halloween costume.
Oh well, yeah. Halloween's over though. Halloween is over.
She's practicing for next year.
You know what I was thinking about today?
Tell me.
How many years we've been doing this Monday Night Live thing?
Yeah, we've been doing this a minute.
Isn't that weird?
I love it though.
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah. It's strange that we've been doing it.
We used to do it at our kitchen table over in the old farmhouse before the fire.
How is that train on right now?
One of Beckett's trains on. It's playing Christmas music.
Beckett is not here. Okay, we have a ghost.
The cat maybe did it. Super cute,
maybe.
Right? I know. Look at these glasses.
Oh, gosh. So we've been doing this going on 5 years now, and we did it on Facebook. We had like 3 people watching.
Yep. Does anybody remember the old days when
Yeah.
we'd be in the car or at the old farmhouse?
I know there's some that were here from the beginning. I know there are.
Yeah. Shout out to our moderators tonight, Kevin, the PhD mentor, Mitzi Champion, and Paola. These guys are very knowledgeable about the proper human diet.
They've been around the block with us for a very long time.
Yep. These guys know what's up, and they're happy to answer your questions. So they might jump in and answer a newbie question if you're brand new. Is anybody new tonight? If you're new, type new in the comments. Let's see who's new.
Oh,
You get your stuff ready.
You're not prepared. I'm not prepared.
You're
sorry.
not prepared.
Let me get it together over here.
There's Nancy from Puerto Rico. Wow.
That's just going to keep going. It's the Grinch train. You have to switch that thing on. I'm very confused about how that is doing what it's doing.
I think the cat turned Beckett's train on.
Maybe.
Yeah, like a hot college librarian assistant.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Holly, for the super chat.
Oh, my Holly. Holly's a OG VIP.
Yes, she is.
All right, guys. We are here, and we're here to answer questions. Let's get Singulum Solace. Is the sunflower lecithin in liposomal vitamin C unhealthy?
It's probably not healthy. I don't know if I would say it's unhealthy. It's definitely unnecessary if you're eating a proper human diet. It's probably not something you should really go out of your way to ingest.
Just drank a clump of electrolyte powder. It was
Monica from Fort Hood's here. Hey, Monica.
Fort Hood. Jerome, please say hello to my wife, Melissa. She's watching for the first time today. She finally watched one of your videos with me integrated to our keto.
Oh, Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
Hello. You're going to be so happy that you listened to Jerome. You don't have to admit he's right, because I know that's hard on you women to do. But just trust. You've made the right decision this one time. Listening to him. Now, listening to him on other times, I don't know. It's sketchy, right? But this time he's right. So
I was skeptical as well in the beginning. I was not on the keto train.
Nope, not at all.
Probably a year.
Yep,
until I was like, okay, fine.
She saw my superpowers and she's like, maybe I'll try this. There's Edith from Scotland.
Edith, good morning. Or is it good morning there?
6 hours later, so it's like 13:30.
So it's
13 o'clock there.
I don't know. How time is weird. And also time has changed in certain parts of the world today, and it doesn't change in the States till next week. And this time change, someone needs to fix this.
And some states change, some don't.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to make up their mind. Don't you think I think daylight savings time should be abolished.
Just cut it in half and leave it that way.
And that's it. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you like daylight savings time? I know you get the extra hour of sleep one day out of the year.
It's dumb.
It's not worth it, is it?
Don't recommend. Ryan. Hey, Ryan is a 27-year-old. Well, he has a 27-year-old girlfriend who's very fit, has myasthenia gravis, been on Solaris for 5 years, gets injections bi-weekly. The doc says she needs meds for life. We just started Carnivore. Any idea how to get off of meds? Doctors in Connecticut are against it. Yeah,
well, with MG, she might have to be on some sort of medication for life to control the symptoms, but she may actually notice quite a drastic reduction in her symptoms with a proper human diet, with carnivore, with keto, but she may still need to be on a small amount of the medication for life. MG is a booger. I had a couple of patients with it, and it's not pleasant. It's really annoying.
All right. Joanne wants to know, can abdominal adhesions go away eating the proper human diet?
Maybe. It depends on how big the adhesion is and how long it's been there. If it's scarred in and tacked in and it's been there for years, probably not. But if it's a new adhesion that's just trying to form, then yes, it could very well dissolve and go away. Also, I think a proper human diet, if you have surgery while eating it, you're going to be much less likely to form surgical adhesions, which are inappropriate scars that form in places that they shouldn't.
Uncle Guns, welcome back, Uncle.
Hey, Uncle Guns.
30-day triple BE update. 14 pounds, eczema 99% gone, knee pain is vanishing. I sleep like a rock, and my PTSD anxiety is lessening.
Awesome.
Stay blessed. You too, Uncle Gun. Way to go. Good job.
Anybody out there surprised right now to hear that his eczema is 99% better on a proper human diet? I mean, yeah, eczema and psoriasis are two of the things that we get comments from people like, I've been taking medicine for 25 years and this diet fixed it. What the?
Pretty crazy. Jennifer, is it okay to do Omad while breastfeeding to lose weight? I wouldn't recommend it.
Don't do it.
You need to prioritize milk production, and the weight will come off if you're eating a proper human diet. And it may not come off for a while, and it may not come off till you stop breastfeeding. That's all normal, and it's all fine. And just enjoy this phase. It's just a phase. It's just a season of life. So,
and I think go ahead.
Make sure you're making enough milk. You need to be eating enough, and that's really the top priority here. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend Omad.
Anybody who's breastfeeding, I think it's okay to eat in an 8-hour feasting window, 2 meals, and eat until you are stuffed. Do not portion control or calorie count if you're breastfeeding. If you're pregnant, none of that. You need to eat until you're stuffed with nutrient dense food. But I do think you can constrict your feasting window, but I don't think Omad, that's too much.
I would say eat when you're hungry. If you're breastfeeding, eat when you're hungry. Thank you, Charles. All right. And resetting tomorrow with keto, best way to do it. No gallbladder. Also, Neisha looks adorable. And best way to reset for keto, and she doesn't have a gallbladder. So what should she do? Just
wake up in the morning and have bacon and eggs. And you said you're resetting, so I'm assuming you've done keto before. And so you probably didn't have many problems with gallbladder symptoms before. I don't think you're going to this time. Any of you guys, if you don't have a gallbladder, you 100% can do keto or carnivore. Some very few people need ox bile to help emulsify the fat. Most people do not. I think you'll do just fine waking up in the morning and having some bacon and eggs whenever you decide to break your fast, which doesn't have to be first thing in the morning.
Mark, this is not my sweatshirt, by the way.
Yeah.
He said, Auburn, I've been subscribing. This is Morgan Berry sweatshirt. She left it here, and I stole it because it's super comfortable. But I could not care less about college football.
All you Bama fans,
take it easy.
This is not a statement. Don't be triggered.
B Greater 514, diagnosed with Crohn's in January, had surgery since have switched to carnivore. No more symptoms. Gastro still wants proactive Remicade infusions. What are your thoughts? If
you're having no symptoms, then what would the infusion be treating? Now, if you have a flare up in the future, you can absolutely schedule an infusion. But as long as you're not having symptoms, why would you take the infusion? It's not like the UC is going to kill you in the background. If the UC is flared up, if Crohn's is flared up, if IBS is flared up, you have symptoms. You're very well aware that it's flared up. So no, I don't think that would be necessary.
Butter is for steak says, help. I've been on a PhD for 3 years, but I'm getting carpal tunnel symptoms. What should I do to prevent it?
Yeah, you may be doing everything right diet-wise, and the thing everybody needs to hear and understand that even though you may be eating a proper human diet, you still are human, which means you're not immortal or impervious. Things are going to happen. We're still going to have diseases. It's the rate of disease and the progression of the disease that you're going to slow down. Your carpal tunnel symptoms that you're having right now would probably be 5 times worse if you were eating a high-carb junk diet. Does that make sense? And so you're probably doing some repetitive motions, or you're sleeping funny on your wrists, and that's what's got your carpal tunnel pissed off. It obviously has nothing to do with your diet.
Katie wants to know, will keto cure my Hashimoto's? It can potentially put it into remission, but depending on how bad your Hashimoto's is, how long you've had that diagnosis, you may just be able to reduce your symptoms and reduce your medications and not completely cure it. But it's not going to make it worse unless you're doing something crazy and extreme. I have Hashimoto's, mine is in remission, and the best thing for it, in my experience, is to do heavy meat-based keto and cut out inflammatory vegetables. And the only way you can know which ones are inflammatory to you, because we're all different, is to go carnivore for 4 to 6 weeks and then reintroduce foods one at a time, and then listen to your body and see what it says.
Now, if any of you guys have hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's and you're not subscribed to Neisha's YouTube channel, she is constantly posting what she ate in a day, recipes that are Hashimoto's friendly, that are hypothyroid friendly. So yeah, Neisha loves it. You need to be a subscriber.
It's me.
She'll help you.
Ancestral Keto Coach. Hey sis. Dana Spencer, 12 years no salt carnivore. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think some carnivores seem to not need added salt, and I think there's obviously sodium and chloride in meat and in organ meat, but a lot of carnivores, a lot of people just don't do well on a low carb diet without a good supply of salt. In other words, salting to taste. But there are some carnivores who have weaned down and stopped the salt, and they say they feel amazing, and she looks amazing, and many of them do. So I'm not sure I have an explanation for that, but I think she is still following my rule, which is salt to taste, and she likes her meat not salty, so that's salting to taste.
Sherry says, what's the best way to cook chicken liver? I love you both, and I just joined Neisha and Kim's holiday program. Woohoo! See you over there. So the best way to cook liver is the way that tastes good to you, basically. The way I prefer it is in a liver mousse or liver pate. I prefer chicken liver. He prefers beef or calf liver. But you can any liver worst. Russian Wagon. I mean, how do you pronounce
Braunschweiger?
Braunschweiger.
Cod liver.
Cod liver.
Cod liver is very mild, and it's a superfood, just like all the other livers. Don't you have you've got a liver mousse recipe?
Yes, liver mousse on my YouTube channel. It's on my blog too, which is NeishaLovesIt.com. It's actually Kim Howerton's recipe, but we did the video together. It's not super easy. It is kind of time consuming, but it makes a large batch, which keeps well in the refrigerator if you store it properly. And it is delicious. And I call it liver ice cream. Because it's creamy and smooth. It's just super delicious.
Marie says, I'm on dialysis 4 times a week. Is keto and carnivore diet, is it okay for me? Thank you for the answer. Yeah, 100%. You're still a human being. You've effectively, at this point in your kidney career, you've lost all kidney function. And the dialysis is taking the place of your kidney function, your filtration process. You can 100% eat a keto or a carnivore diet.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Happy girl. We gotta take her up over here.
Got a naughty girl?
Yeah. Okay, we're good. All right. Jay Stuckey. I'm in the CBD industry and learned that polishing solvents, usually hexane, is used to make most retail CBD products. I soon learned that hexane is everywhere in processed food. Why is no one talking about this? Yeah,
that's a good question. 99% of the hexane, it's a hydrocarbon, is going to evaporate out. So, but there's still probably going to be a little bit left. They use hexane in making canola oil, corn oil, soybean oil, all the vegetable seed oils. Hexane is used in the production process. Does some of that hexane make it into the finished product? Probably, yeah. This is just not on a lot of people's radar, but it should be.
Ancestral Keto Coach says it's November 1st. It's officially Christmas. It is in this house. There's several Christmas decorations already sitting out.
I've heard at least 3 Christmas songs today.
Caboodle Brie. With carnivore triple VE, how long should we expect it to take for blood sugars to drop from 170 to 190 to a safer blood sugar range? Weeks, months, 1 month? How long?
Yes. So it depends on your age, your hormone status, your metabolic health, how sick you are, how long you've been sick, how high your A1C is. It depends on all that. But what we see is that from a few weeks to several months, sometimes up to a year, if you're very metabolically unwell, you're going to notice that your body heals and your blood sugar, your insulin, your C-peptide, your fasting insulin, and your inflammatory markers slowly come back to normal. And I understand your question because you want to hurry up and be healthy again, but realize that we're all unique in that respect. I've seen people reverse their type 2 diabetes in 3 weeks. I've seen other people, it took a year and a half. I don't care how long it takes, as long as, here's what you should consider a victory. If you went to the doctor and your A1C was X, and then you went 3 months later and it was X minus some number, so it's lower, boom, that's a home run. Give everybody a high five and round the bases. Okay, that's how you got to look at this.
USMC 86. You a Marine? That's what that stands for, right?
USMC 86. Yeah.
You mentioned Cheerios are not good for you in a previous video. What cereals do you recommend?
Are you ready? It's a very short list. None. Cereal is not real food. Cereal is processed grains with sugar added, with a lot of chemical pseudo vitamins and minerals put in it. It's not human food. Eat bacon and eggs. Why do you want cereal? There is no healthy cereal. None. Not a single one. Even the keto cereals, they're less bad.
No, they're not.
They're slightly less bad.
I don't know.
But they're still they're junk food.
They're
I'm sorry, they're junk food. Yeah.
If you want to eat them, that's fine.
Yeah. But the way you know that the keto cereals are better quality is because you can buy a box of Special K too big to fit on the screen for what, $4.99, but you get a box of keto cereal, it's about this big and it's like $9.99.
That's just marketing.
Well, that's just because they actually have some real food in there, but it's just too processed.
No.
Yeah.
Charles wants to know what causes toe and fingernail fungus, and can carnivore or keto fix it without medication?
Yeah. I actually have a video on this YouTube channel about toenail fungus that's got like 4 million views.
I don't know why.
It's obscene
so
how many views it's got. But basically, when you're eating a high carb diet, you've got high blood sugar spikes all day, every day. Fungus loves sugar, just like cancer loves sugar, just like bacteria love sugar. They all love sugar. And so you're much more likely to have toenail fungus or fingernail fungus if you have chronically high blood sugar or serum insulin levels. So as you eat a proper human diet and lower your blood sugar, lower your insulin, the fungus you're going to taste less and less good to the fungus. And you just look at the comments on my toenail fungus video, hundreds and hundreds of comments. I thought you were full of crap. I tried your diet 6 months later. My toenail fungus is gone. Cereals are trash, Ken Watch. You preach, brother.
JC says, exercise stimulates insulin, right? If I'm doing a 48-hour fast, when is it the best time to work out? I'm a type 2 diabetic. Nomads can exercise, break a fast.
No, it's a great question.
How about supplements during fasting like zinc?
Yeah, zinc's fine if you want to take it while you're fasting. Most supplements, I think, do better if you take them right before or during a meal, because that mimics getting nutrients. You're supposed to get nutrients from food. Wait a minute, go back to that. I wanted to hit a couple of points on that.
On what?
That question. Yeah. So here's the thing. Insulin is not the enemy. And I know I harp on insulin all the time, but let me clear this up a little bit. If your body needs more insulin, it is awesome that your pancreas makes more insulin. Okay. It's when you inappropriately make too much insulin. That's the problem. So if you're working out, or if you just ate a lot of protein or any number of other things, and your pancreas is like, oh, I need to put out some insulin. That's good. That's not bad. It's the only time it's bad for you to have an insulin spike is if you just ate too many carbs. And then you have a blood sugar spike, and then you have a big insulin spike because of that. That's the only time insulin is bad. If your insulin goes up because you're working out, that's good. That's not a bad thing. That's totally appropriate. That's right.
Okay. You got that one?
Yep. That was
Thank
important.
you, David.
Thanks, David.
Derica Who. What is the best way to prep triple BE working 12-hour graveyard shifts, in your opinion? I wanted to start this from the USA standard diet. So you're coming straight from the SAD diet. I would say the best meal prep in the world is burger patties.
Yep.
Simple, easy. And if you don't have time to prep them yourself, you can go through McDonald's drive-thru and just order quarter-pounder beef patties off the a la carte menu, and they're not super expensive.
Yep.
And it's all beef. It is.
Yeah, it really
Kelly
is.
Hogan did her research.
Yeah. Burger King has real beef patties. Wendy's has real beef patties. McDonald's, don't get the Big Mac patties. They are literally like a postage stamp.
Quarter pound.
Get quarter pounder patties. That's 100% beef. And what's the other one? There's one more.
Burger King, I think, isn't it?
I think Burger King is 100% beef too.
I mean, that's obviously not the best scenario, but
Right.
real life here.
You can fry a pound of bacon, and you can fry it. Is that on your YouTube channel when we did the bacon chips?
Yes, and that video has 83,000
Yeah,
views.
I'm telling you, that's the best way to cook bacon in the world. Check that out on her channel.
It really is.
But you could cook a pound of bacon just like Neisha does it on her video, and put that in a Ziploc. You could boil 6 hard-boiled eggs, put it in a Ziploc. You could boil 3 dozen eggs, and you're prepped for the whole week. Yeah, and you can also put butter in a Ziploc bag and put in your purse. Butter doesn't go bad. It does not have to be refrigerated. Only in America do we refrigerate butter. In many countries we visited, butter's just on the shelf. It's not refrigerated.
Mike, have a fatty liver and recently told I am fat. I have fat in my pancreas as well, despite low carb for 4 months. How can I reduce that? A1C has gone from 9.9 to 5.4, which is amazing.
Beautiful.
So you've only been doing this 4 months, Mike.
Yep. Yeah, and so in another few months, you're gonna, and actually, I bet you money, your fatty liver and fatty pancreas have already reversed. You just need to go back and get a repeat ultrasound, and I guarantee you that the fat's gone, because your body burns up the most dangerous fat first. Pete's got a good one here. Right. Obese as a teenager and had severe hidradenitis suppurativa, which is very rough. What causes this, and was it metabolic? Yeah. The obesity and the hidradenitis suppurativa are both metabolic. They're both intimately linked to hyperinsulinemia. Some people call that insulin resistance. I've actually got an HS video on this channel, and then multiple obesity videos on this channel, and I'm going to post a new obesity video tomorrow. But yeah, it's 100%. Hidradenitis suppurativa is a skin condition. It's not a fun condition to have, but it gets 99% better or goes completely away on a proper human diet. Did you guys all see the picture of Granny Berry? It's on the community tab on my YouTube channel. I also posted it on Facebook, MeWe, and other places. She's the sweetest, cutest little 91-year-old grandma,
sassy,
and also mean as a snake. Hi, Granny Berry. How you doing?
She had to put up with him his whole life.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And she didn't shoot me.
No.
She beat me a few times. Never shot me.
Well, you deserved it, 100%. She told me. All right, Hector. I got 2.8 free tea. Should be over 10 for my age. No motivation to even get out of bed or exercise. I've been doing strict carnivore for a few months. I'm struggling with HbA dysfunction and high cholesterol. Are tea pellets the answer? Yeah,
either a bioidentical testosterone cream or bioidentical testosterone pellets are the way for you, my friend. And you're going to feel so much better. You're not going to know how you even got by before. Yep.
Okay. Do you have one over there?
Yes, Deborah, you can put my name on a t-shirt.
Aaron, been ketovore since March, still get brain fog with less than 30 carbs a day. Do I need to see a doctor to get and try iodine drops? First, that's too many carbs for ketovore. 30 grams is too. That's keto, and that's barely keto.
And is that net carbs or total?
Yeah. So you really need to stay under 10 total grams of carbs for ketovore, because you're really cutting out the vegetables with ketovore. You're meat based, and every now and then you're having a small side of vegetables. So really cut those back. And then iodine drops.
I would definitely add 1 or 2 drops of Lugol's 2%. And but if you're still having brain fog, even at 30, if it's 30 net grams, then you're probably eating 100 total grams of carbs a day. Cut it down to 20 or less total carbs for keto, 10 or less for ketovore, and then then add the iodine drops. And then if the brain fog's not gone in a couple of weeks, you go see your doctor, because it could be something else causing
it. David, I've reached a healthy weight after 4 months of ketovore. However, I've found that dairy and artificial sweeteners, even stevia, cause a rash on my lower back, butt, and upper legs. What's the advice on this?
Tons of people notice that any kind of dairy other than butter or ghee cause a rash, or cause stomach upset, or cause brain fog. The adult humans should not drink liquid dairy. The fat in dairy is fine. The butter and the ghee, that's totally fine. We're not going to react to that. But there are bovine proteins in the milk, and any milk product. Even heavy cream has a little bit of protein and has a little bit of carbohydrate. But then as you go down the spectrum from heavy cream to half and half to whole milk and on down to the devil's ball sweat, skim milk, the amount of sugar goes up and the amount of inflammatory proteins go up. That stuff's going to cause inflammation. It's going to cause hyperinsulinemia. Yeah.
Amanda in ketosis, 6 weeks, down 24 pounds. Congratulations. I do feel better at 30 to 50 grams total carbs a day than under 20. I'm wondering why. Ketovore, mostly carnivore, no grains or sugar. So it's probably because you're not fat adapted yet.
Could
or
be.
keto adapted.
Yep.
6 weeks in, sometimes some people are adapted by that point, and but some people take a little bit longer. So that might be part of it. What do you say?
Well, the proper human diet that I talk about, the spectrum, I think there are some people out there who do better on maybe up to 50 total grams of real whole food carbohydrate a day. You may or may not be one of those, Amanda. You may still be having some sugar carb addiction. You may not be completely keto adapted, as Neisha says. I don't want to say you are fat adapted.
People flag us when we say
flagged. But that's probably what it is. But I think there are a few people who feel better with maybe 10 extra grams of carbs a day.
Hey, Bubba.
Bubba.
Thank you, Bubba. I want to say Bubba.
I hope Granny Berry's seeing all these comments.
Oh, she is.
Telling her hi. She loves that.
She's telling Bob. Look. That one's from Argentina. Hey, Aisha. Angie Marie. Hey, guys. Neisha, when are you starting your coaching? I want to work with you. January 1st is when I'm going to open up to everyone. I'm working with a few hundred people in like a group right now, and they're my guinea pigs, basically. They're doing me a big favor so that I can get my stuff together before I bring in the whole tribe, I'm
excited for your coaching program. I think it's going to be so helpful. Some people don't need coaching.
Yeah.
But some people, they need a coach. And Neisha is a hard ass, yet loving coach. She really is. And she blends the two very well so that it's soft and cuddly, but also she'll slap you if you need it. I think it's going to be very helpful.
What did you call it? Slap hug.
The slap hug. Yeah. She and I both practice the slap hug. It's a little confusing, but it's very motivational.
There's some of you in the chat that are in there with me right now. I love you guys. You're my heroes.
Scott says, will a proper human diet help with PSA? I'm guessing you mean an elevated prostate specific antigen. If your PSA is elevated, definitely follow up with your doctor and make sure this is not prostate cancer. But if it's BPH, just benign hypertrophy of the prostate, then yes, absolutely. I've got a YouTube video about keto, which is part of the proper human diet spectrum on this YouTube channel. So check out the prostate video.
Trap Gamer, you have not, I'm not saying you didn't send a super chat. I'm telling you, YouTube has not showed it to me. And I don't know if there was a word in there and they like flagged it or something, but I have looked, like scrolled back and I cannot find
Ask your question in the comments, Trap Gamer, and we'll try to catch it. They go really fast.
There are words and if you type in the specific word, it will hide your comments. So just so you know that. Do you have
what
one?
Do you see? I'm looking. Hey, Paul, Granny Berry is originally, she was born, raised, and lived her entire life in Midwest Tennessee, in Lewis County, Tennessee. That's her stomping grounds. Crown of Curls. Did you have an? Oh, yeah.
Belinda.
Miss Belinda.
I have chronic gastritis on Protonics and Carafate. What is the best way for me to start carnivore? I can eat chicken, but fattier cuts of beef cause me pain.
Yeah. So start out with eggs and start out with leaner cuts of beef. And then you might have to peel some of the fat off the bacon. And you might have to just use a little bit of butter to start with. But as you do that, more and more of that, and eat less and less of the carbs, your gastritis is going to get better. Okay. And the Carafate, all it does is just block all your stomach acid. That's all it does. And then the proton pump inhibitor, that's all it does. What?
I'm just holding it.
Oh, sorry.
Trap Gamer.
Oh, you found it. Yeah. Okay. Let me tap it. And then
that doesn't do anything.
It does it for me sometimes.
No, it doesn't. Just stop moving it. Let me you just keep talking.
But your chronic gastritis is going to get better as you continue to eat this way. You don't have to convert to carnivore overnight. over the next month or 2 or even 3, just keep converting to less and less carbs, more and more meat. And then every now and then try a little fattier cut of meat. And before long, you'll be surprised that you can tolerate it and you actually love it and enjoy it. And you keep getting healthier and healthier. Okay, Trap Gamer.
Trap Gamer. Should a diabetic use marijuana, and does it help control blood sugar?
Yeah, I think it's optional, and I think that it's okay. Okay, I don't know of any research that shows that it's beneficial for blood sugar, but I mean, if you want to smoke some weed, as long as you don't get carried away with it, I guess it's okay.
Crown of Curls. What? Oh man, it just made her disappear. There she is. Okay. Katniss and Blippi. Wondering how to reverse under eating while carnivore. Feeling less hungry lately. 3 months in. Main foods are ribeye, chicken thighs, ground beef, and pork. Under eating leaves me feeling tired.
Yeah. This happens. And it's almost always a woman on a carnivore diet. She's like, I'm so satiated. I don't feel like I'm eating enough food. This seems to be a stage that people go through as their body's converting. I don't know how long you've been at this, Crown of Curls, but
3 months.
3 months. Okay. Yeah. And so I would predict in the next month or 2, your appetite's going to kick up. If you're not doing some kind of daily vigorous exercise, and it doesn't have to be 2 hours on the treadmill at the gym. It can literally be 50 jumping jacks in your living room floor and then lifting some hand weights. That's going to stimulate your appetite big time, but in a good way. Because when you do have that hunger, you're going to eat proper human food, and it's going to help you build more muscles, which is also going to stimulate your appetite.
Here's Bubba. 38 pounds down in 5 months doing Ketovore, lowered my A1C from 12 to 6.7. Boom. In the first 9 weeks. Doing blood work again tomorrow, and I hope it is in the low 5s. Good luck, Bubba.
Yeah, you're probably going to be in the high 5s. Still a great victory. Like I said earlier, you don't have to go from terrible to perfect. I just want you to get a little bit better each time you have them checked.
April Michelle goes keto. Keto 16 months. I've lost 93 pounds.
Boom. Everybody give a thumb for April Michelle. That's freaking awesome.
Went through a rough time, gained 24 pounds back, started triple VE, and looking forward to feeling better mentally and physically. You're going to get there, girl. And you know what? That happens. Okay. Mm-hmm. So don't get too worked up. You're doing the right thing. You're jumping right back on, and that's great.
Absolutely. And a very good thing about keto, we've been seeing this for the last 4 years. If somebody joins Weight Watchers and loses 80 pounds, then when they fall off that diet, what do? They gain back 85, right? But only on keto or carnivore have I seen this over and over and over. I lost 80 pounds and then life happened and I gained back 10 pounds or 20 or even 30. But never have I seen somebody who went keto gain back all the weight that they lost. I've just never seen anybody do that. And maybe it has happened, but I've never seen it. It's almost like once you're woke to keto or carnivore, once you understand, oh, so there's real human food and then there's junk shit that I shouldn't even put in my mouth to begin with. You might fall off the wagon, but you're not going to fall completely off. You're still going to have an arm draped over the edge, or you're going to have a foot hanging on the back. You never let go of the wagon completely when you're keto, and that's why people don't gain back all the weight when they fall off the keto wagon for a minute.
Jean, my doctor says she won't take me off diabetic medications if I bring my sugar down enough to be non-diabetic. Should I find another doctor?
100% yes. I mean, what's your doctor she's going to keep you on your diabetes medications so you develop hypoglycemia and pass out and get a skull fracture? Is that her plan? I mean, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Gene. Yes, you find a new doctor immediately. I've got a video on this channel about how to find a low-carb doctor near you. Watch that video, and in the show notes, I've got websites where you can put your zip code in and find a doctor that's got some damn sense.
Fox says, after seeing the pink slime that goes into food and burgers at fast food joints, I don't think I can consider that meat anymore.
Red slime is meat too. It's just the leftover juicy little things. I mean,
the better stuff. You might get some liver in there.
They made it sound really gross and I saw the news shows too, but it's just liquefied meat. That's what pink slime is.
Amanda grew up in Colombia, and her granny lives in Lewis County.
Very nice. Very nice. Neighbor.
Terry, down 94 pounds with carnivore.
Boom.
Stalled 8 months, switched to Ketovore, now down 103 pounds.
This is the way, people. This is the way. If you know someone who's 80, 90, 100 or more pounds overweight, please share this video with them. And so they can see comments like Terry's.
Put some hearts in the comments for Terry.
This is the way, folks. When you stop poisoning your body and eat real human food, it almost seems miraculous. I guarantee you, Terry's like, is this real? Every day she looks in the mirror and expects to see old fat Terry, and she's like, holy crap, I'm kind of hot.
You are hot, Terry.
You are hot, Terry.
Good job.
Yes, that's freaking
well
awesome.
Well done, you.
Freaking awesome.
I hope that you have bought you a whole new wardrobe, sister. You deserve it. Look at all these hearts for you. Good job. Good job. Thank you, Jennifer. Tia. Hi, Dr. Barry and Neisha. My husband has had lower right groin pelvic pain for months. It's worse when he lifts. He's had 2 gallstones, but no attacks, no hernias. Pelvis and abdomen is clear. What do you think?
He might have a trapped nerve. I've seen that a couple of times. Now, I'm assuming that he's been to the doctor. He's had a CT of the abdomen and pelvis. He's had a thorough medical exam, physical exam, and other things, right? So if all that's true, then he might have a trapped nerve. I had a patient who had this from an industrial accident, and he had severe groin pain, but there was no hernia. It was not dangerous. It just was painful. And I had to inject him with lidocaine about every 2 weeks to just numb that spot up so that he could get some relief. Linda's got one over here. I had leg cramps for 2 weeks and took magnesium. I found out that I was severely deficient in salt. I'm drinking salt water and my leg pain went away and I could sleep. Most people, if they're having leg cramps or leg pain, they think about magnesium and potassium, and those are very important. But a lot of people forget that if you're deficient in sodium, in salt, you can have leg cramps from that. And so salt is pretty vital for almost every human on the planet, except for those few carnivores who don't salt their meat.
Marvin. Thanks, Marvin. All right, Steffi. I've been doing well on carnivore. I've lost 60 pounds. I have a lot of swelling due to lymphedema. I tried cutting out salt. Is there anything else I can do? Yeah,
cutting out salt's not going to help your lymphedema at all. I think I have a video on this channel about lymphedema. You've got to eat super, super low carb. Lymphedema, you are just predestined to hold more fluid in certain parts of your body, and it's usually below the waist. You can improve that greatly by getting your insulin level back to very low normal. And any of your inflammatory markers that are elevated, you got to get those back to normal. And you do that with the proper human diet. And you're going to hold more fluid down below your waist than most average people do because you've got that genetic predisposition. But you can reduce the severity of lymphedema so much with the proper human diet. I promise.
HM wants to know, are you going to do a video about getting on the keto wagon? You know how many times we have been told we need to do this video and we haven't done this video?
Getting back on the keto wagon? Yes. I actually think I have a video like that.
Do you?
I think like restarting keto or keto restart, something like that. I thought I did one like that.
Yeah, the triple BE.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll look. If I don't have one, Neisha and I'll make one together.
Yeah, we need to make one together anyways. But I'm going to give it to you real straight. This is what we're going to say, essentially. Just start.
Yeah.
Just get back to it.
Yeah.
There is no magical thing that we can tell you. Just get back to it.
Yep.
Let the past go. You can't change what you did last year, last month, last week.
Mm-hmm.
You can only change what you do from today on.
That's right.
That's the secret.
That's
get back.
It. So tomorrow, when you wake up, go as long as you can until you eat. And when you do eat, have bacon and eggs. That's it. You're back on keto. Congratulations.
Marie. On the Triple BE challenge, can I still take my supplements that are made out of fruits and vegetables, not synthetic stuff? I also consume bee pollen. So you're taking one of those veggie capsule things? Is that what you're saying?
So the veggie caps are a complete waste of money. There's no research to support them, and it doesn't even make any sense that you could take 10 pounds of vegetables and dehydrate it down to a powder that fits in a cap.
Did your dad take those?
Yeah, my dad.
Well,
he loved the advertisements on TV.
Yeah,
he's like, man, those are really good advertisements. It makes you want to buy them. And he said, I'm pretty sure that's foolishness, but man, it's really tempting. But then there was something. Bee pollen. Is that? Yeah. So that's also a complete and utter waste of money. Yeah.
It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah, it's not bad for you. You're just wasting your money. If you have a lot of allergies, eat a proper human diet, and your allergies will get much, much better or go completely away.
Dr. Berry says you don't need a credit card to start keto.
That's
Amen.
right. You don't.
And pass the bacon.
You can be broke as a joke and start keto tomorrow morning.
Trey, what's your take on MSG as an ingredient in keto carnivore foods? I've heard differing opinions on it. I'd be interested if you made a video about it.
Yeah, Trey, go ahead.
No, I was going to say we've had this conversation many times.
Yep, we have. I avoid MSG as much as I can. I don't think it's one of those 1% problems. It's probably not great, right? You should probably avoid it. But if your choice is to eat a bowl of Lucky Charms with no MSG or eat a keto-friendly-ish food with a little MSG, I'd pick the keto-friendliest food. Does that make sense? MSG is not great, but it's not nearly as bad as some other shit you could be eating.
Hey, Lisa, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, WM. All right, Craig from Georgia. Carnivore for 3 months, 20 pounds down, 220 to 200, and no more trigger fingers.
This is a big deal.
What is your take on the original no salt potassium?
Oh, no salt? I think it's fine. It's potassium chloride. There's new salt, no salt, and light salt, and they're potassium chloride. I don't think there's anything wrong with sodium. I think sodium's very good for you, but if that's the way you like to get potassium, then that's okay too. Trigger finger is a big deal. If anybody has trigger finger, plantar fasciitis, frozen shoulder, I'm working on a video about all these things now. They are all linked to hyperinsulinemia. Hyperinsulinemia causes the inflammation in the joint or in the tendon or in the tissue. And then when you eat a diet that lowers your insulin back to normal, these things just get better and go away. Granny Berry had frozen shoulder, and I remember her doing her exercises in the floor with the yardstick. Remember that, Granny? She broke it loose. She didn't have surgery. She's tough old bat.
Martin says, my diverticulosis pain just will not go away even after 10 months on carnivore. Any suggestions? Yeah, you need to go. If you haven't seen a gastroenterologist yet, you need to. At this point, it's not safe to let your primary care doc manage this anymore. You need a colonoscopy because there could be something else going on at this point. And then also, if there's any dairy in your carnivore diet besides butter and ghee, that's probably what's causing your continued diverticulitis. But diverticulitis typically comes in episodes. So you won't have any symptoms for weeks or months, and then all of a sudden you'll have a flare-up. That's how diverticulitis acts. But the way I read your question, you're kind of having colon pain all the time. That needs to be evaluated more thoroughly. Hey, Nurse Mama, what do you think about IgG blood testing for allergies? Thanks and love you guys.
For food allergies, they're a complete and utter waste of time and money. They don't help you in any way. A positive IgG test just means that you have been exposed to that food sometime in the past, and you can already answer that question yourself. They'll tell you that you're allergic to stuff that you're absolutely not allergic to or sensitive to it. It's one of those tests that got very popular. Doctors that offer it, they make a nice markup. I can remember when the lab rep came and talked to me about it. They're like, no, you make like $150 per panel. And I was like, well, that's great, but let me do some research on this. And when I looked into it, it's like, these tests literally tell me nothing helpful that I can then relay to the patient. So don't waste your money on food sensitivity testing. Emma Art's grandmama lived to be 103. Dang.
Wow.
Granny Berry?
Hey, Darla from Waverly.
Hey, neighbor. Susan, I don't know what DVA is, but so I know what DVT is, but I'm not. It's not coming to me. I'm blanking on what DVA is. Maybe spell it out.
What do you think of mushrooms? I love you guys. I have Hashimoto'S. Mushrooms for most people are fine if you like them.
Count the carbs, and they're totally fine.
Be like fungus.
I like them.
It depends.
Yeah.
Truffles, yes.
When we go out for our anniversary next weekend.
That's this weekend, Ken.
Oh, it's this weekend. Well, I mean, the next weekend that we have.
Coming weekend.
Yes. I'm going to have probably some mushrooms on top of my steak. I haven't had any in months, and I like them.
I'm going to eat so much oysters and seafood. Oh, my God. I'm so
Ken Watts is right. Honey is pure sugar. There's no magic in honey. I'm sorry if that offends you.
I love bees.
Yeah, I love bees.
They're very important.
We're thinking about getting a few hives for the farm here, but we're not. We'll sell.
And honey is delicious. No one's saying that 100%.
It isn't. But there's no magic. There's nothing magic. It's just sugar.
I mean, it is magical, but it's not
magically delicious.
magical.
I know something else like
That's
that
what I
too.
meant.
Lucky Charms.
No, honey's way better tasting.
Yeah, that's true. But there's no magic in honey or bee pollen or any of that stuff that you read about. That's all bunkus.
Amanda, is fasting easier if you've been keto longer?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, most people probably need to start keto first, get keto adapted, get used to it, and then you can start to ramp up your fasting time. It's not necessary, but it's probably the easiest way to do it. Tina,
okay, DVT.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah, okay.
Help my DVT.
Yeah, so if you've got an active DVT, you need to be under a doctor's care. If you're saying, will eating a proper human diet decrease my risk of forming another DVT? 100% yes. People think that the DVT, that the clot just stays there in your leg forever and you're in danger of any moment of it breaking loose and killing you. That's not true. Within just a few weeks, that clot has fibrosed and it is completely attached to the vein wall. That vein closes down. That clot can never move. So if you're sitting at home thinking you're going to die at any minute because of a DVT that you've had for 3 months, that's history. That's not ever going to hurt you at all. Now, you may have some edema left over as your body reroutes the circulation, but that thrombus is gone. It's been absorbed and that vein is shut down.
Let me back up and say something about honey. There is one health benefit. One.
Yep. What is it?
Wounds.
Yeah. Externally applied.
Applied.
Wonderful.
Honey is one of the best things that you can put on a wound. And
totally agree.
So yes, it is that when it comes to wound healing.
Yep. Tina wants to know how we make our dog food for our dogs.
We put it in a bowl.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what I fed Dogga. He's our 110 pound.
He's massive.
Great Pyrenees.
Yeah.
He guards our sheep. He's the second best employee I've got. And so I feed him very well. Today he got a pound of cheap ground beef. He got a can of sardines and he got 2 egg yolks. And I mixed it all up and I put just a little bit of Redmond salt on it. Put 10 drops of the daily mineral drops. Stirred it up and gave it to him and he ate it up. Yum, yum.
That's what Beckett says.
That's what Beckett says. Yeah.
Now he says, eat it up. Yum, yum. It's delicious. Chris, how important is seafood? Should I be trying to eat it weekly?
It's a good question. I have no negative thoughts about seafood whatsoever. As long as it's not breaded, I think it's wonderful. We eat it as often as we can. It's hard to get fresh seafood here, so we usually eat it when we go out. She'll have some this weekend.
Eat it all.
I'll have some this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people, depending on your ancestry, you probably should eat a lot of seafood.
I think weekly is optimum. You can eat anchovies or sardines or you don't have to have fresh. You can eat canned. Wild Planet has really good wild caught seafood in cans.
Yep.
There are several good quality brands that you can eat and it's totally fine.
Yep.
I think it should be a weekly thing.
Yep.
I try to get at least a few anchovies in because the mineral content in seafood versus other meats is just it's way more.
Yeah, I eat at least 1 can of cod liver a week and at least 1 can of sardines a week. I try to take those 2 once a week medicinally. I'll sometimes eat them more than once a week, but I think we all need a little seafood.
Martin, hey Dr. Berry, can keto carnivore be used to cure epilepsy and or gum disease?
Epilepsy can 100% benefit from a ketogenic diet. Now, for some people with epilepsy, they actually need to be on a ketogenic diet instead of a carnivore diet. They need a really high fat macro and almost no carbs and moderate protein. And so for some people, carnivore is still too much protein with epilepsy and they'll still have breakthrough seizures. But you can treat your epilepsy with a ketogenic diet. We've been doing that for over 100 years in medicine. What was the other part of that? Gum disease?
Gum disease.
Yeah. I'm working on a video about that. I've got all the research. I just got to make it. Gingivitis, all the gum diseases, periodontal disease, these all go virtually away. Now, if you've already got a lot of recession, it may not all come back. You may keep a little permanent recession, but the inflammation, the friability, you look at your gums and they bleed, they're swollen, all that stuff goes completely away on a proper human diet. Also, you'll basically never have another cavity again for the rest of your life when you eliminate sugars and grains and fruit juices and fruits from your diet. You'll never have another cavity.
Maybe.
Never.
Maybe.
Never.
I don't like to use superlatives like that.
That freak you out when I say never?
Well, it's a bit.
Yeah. See, Eddie Ann says, I've noticed my gum disease is with blood has disappeared. Anybody else notice that gingivitis, swollen gums that bleed easily, it just went away with keto or carnivore?
Tina said, I thought oysters had a lot of carbs. I do not care.
They have a carb or two, but it's like liver.
It's an insignificant carb because it is attached to protein and minerals and deliciousness and fat and it's not a candy bar.
Yep. Yeah, look at all these comments, guys, right now that the gingivitis is gone. My dentist is amazed. Yeah, 100%. All the gingivitis and gum disease in America is diet induced, 100%.
Who else loves oysters?
Yeah. Do you love oysters?
I bet I can out-eat all of you in oysters.
She can. She can out-eat me in oysters.
Angel, going back to fasting, but a lot of abdominal pain and cramping all over. What are your thoughts?
My immediate thought is this is probably not from your diet. You probably need to see your doctor. All you guys keep in mind that not every single thing that happens to you is because of your diet. Some things, sometimes we just have a medical problem and need to see a doctor.
Jeff, how do I raise my blood protein levels on a mainly carnivore diet? I donate and sell plasma and have been deferred due to low blood protein levels.
Yeah, if you're eating a carnivore diet, you're going to have normal protein levels in your blood unless you have a genetic defect that keeps your albumin or your globulin levels artificially low. And so you need to ask your doctor, do I have some kind of genetic defect? Because I'm eating pure protein meat and I still have low protein in my blood.
Donald, big shout out, Donald. He has lost 53 pounds, 115 left to go.
Hearts and thumbs for Donald.
On your way.
That's it, brother.
On my way.
He's on his way.
On my way. I love that song.
Is that the words?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What did you think they were saying?
I thought they were just saying umbelay.
Just making noises?
Yeah, I thought it was just like
The song is called On My Way, I think. I could be totally wrong. They may not be saying that.
We need to look that up. That may be like a lemon lime issue.
Could be. Who knows? Who knows what they're actually saying?
Yeah, Neisha eats them raw, great man. That's how she eats them.
Yes.
Do you even like them cooked?
Nope.
I like them okay cooked.
I take that back. I do like the garlic Parmesan ones at the beach that we go to in Florida. That's it, though.
Mm-hmm.
No one's corrected me yet, so.
Why would YouTube give me the option to hide a bunch of hearts?
No, like people
dumb.
like I don't know. It's like they allow for some emojis and other emojis trigger them. I don't know. It's really strange. Yeah, some of you were around for the lemon lime fiasco. Still not mine.
Does anybody remember that video?
They all remember.
Which one was that? The guacamole video?
No.
Or the?
I'm not telling you which one.
It's on my channel. Neisha got confused. It was an honest mistake.
Neisha did not get confused. Ken Berry told me I was wrong about something and turned out I was not wrong about it. He was wrong, but I believed him because I loved him.
Well, I thought I was right too until I found out I was wrong.
Yeah. Hey, WM, thank you so much. Thank you, Angela.
Thanks, Angela. The Ketorade video. Is that the one? Melissa Witherspoon, she knows.
Don't be tattling on me. Come on, guys.
Marley May, she just picked this sweatshirt at random. This is
my bonus babies. This is not even my sweatshirt. It's just nice and it's huge because it's not mine. It's nice and cozy, but go War Eagles, I guess.
Any of you guys make Ketorade pretty much every day? Do you have Ketorade in the fridge right now? Don't be shy. Tell me.
Philip says, what about keto for Parkinson's?
Yeah, any of the neurological conditions, Parkinson's, dementia, Huntington's, all of these. You're not going to cure them with the proper human diet, with keto, with carnivore. But what you're going to do is slow down the progression. You're going to decrease the severity of the symptoms. And did I mention it's going to slow down the progression? Because that's the thing that's so terrible about these neurological diseases is the progression. You slowly lose this person that you love. And if you could just push the pause button on the progression, wouldn't that be wonderful? And you can actually do that. Now, we've had lots of people reach out and say, my Huntington's, my Alzheimer's, my whatever, or my loved one's neurological condition actually improved with the proper human diet. But I don't think that's going to happen for everybody. But if you could slow down the progression, which none of the prescription medications do, let me remind you, that's a huge victory.
Ancestral Coach wants to know, do you guys use diatomaceous earth in the chicken coop? We haven't yet. We don't have a reason to at this moment.
Yeah, I don't. We just put down a thick bedding of sawdust. And then once a year, I go in there with the snow shovel and just get the chicken shit and the sawdust, and that makes beautiful mulch.
Monica says oyster eating challenge with Neisha.
I would love to see that, Monica.
Challenge me, and I will eat.
Come to Nashville and eat some oysters with us.
With the oysters.
King Giant says, "Roll Tide, roll."
I have no commitment to any college football team.
Ghost of Gigi, wine in moderation, right? Wine on birthdays and anniversaries. Gigi, wine is
do what you
wine is not good for you. Okay, wine is bad for you. All alcohol is bad for you. But if you want an occasional drink, that's fine. But don't delude yourself that it's okay or that it's fine. It's not. It's poison. But if you want to have a little glass of poison every now and then, Neisha will probably have a glass of wine after this live.
So dramatic about it.
Well, I just want you to. I want to be very clear.
I just say it's not a health food.
No, it's not. That's right. Food. But the reason I'm so blunt about it is because there's been how many thousands of articles saying, "Oh, a glass of red wine and your heart will just." It's stupid.
It might keep you from punching your husband in the face.
So. It could save your husband's health because you didn't take the baseball bat to him when he acts like this. But it's not going to in any way help you. It's not beneficial. But if you want to drink every now and then, it's fine. More farm videos, please.
Hippie Big Shot. What are the consequences of eating rare or raw ground beef containing bacteria? Ground beef.
If it contains a high enough percentage of bacteria, then you will get sick. You'll get the shits at best, and you'll get, E. coli 0136, and you'll be in the intensive care unit. So any meat, if you're going to eat it raw, you're going to make sure you know where it comes from. You're going to sniff it, make sure it smells fresh. We have steak tartare pretty often. We need to make some. Now that I think of it,
I'm going to have some this week.
Yeah.
Look, we looked at the menu of the place that we're going. Actually, we're not even going there. Jeff Ruby called.
Raw meat and raw eggs are fine as long as they're fresh and you know where they came from. They're not dangerous at all. But if it's stinky ground beef or it's ground beef that came from, Save Value Laterite, probably
we eat our ground beef rare all the time.
Yeah, all the time we eat ground beef.
Kevin, my buddy, my friend, I'm going to Jeff Ruby's this weekend, and I will think about you.
Yes, we will eat an oyster and a piece of steak for you.
There's my baby. Hey, Jane. Jane says, I turned down plans to catch your Monday Night Lives.
Oh,
thank you both for
Jane. That's so sweet. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Come here, Becky Berry.
Aaron, obsessed lately with the homestead YouTubers. I'm jealous that you got to meet Justin. Hope there will be more OB Farm videos.
Yeah, we're going to try to work on it. Ah, little baby.
You're in a good mood. You're always in a good mood.
Come here, Toto. Yeah. Say hi to everybody.
Hey.
Oh, where's your blippy glasses? Did you lose them? Yep. They're in his bucket from last time.
Beckett, do you see what's sitting over there?
You got a train in the mail today.
Yeah, that's from Sarah. Will you open it for him?
Laurel Bear, do you think carnivore could help treat unobstructed azoospermia caused by brain chemo and radiation as a kid? Love y'all. Thanks. Maybe. I mean, that's a lot of damage that was done when he was a kid. Maybe, but I mean. Maybe. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. I'm just glad that he's still with you. Cute puppy. Yeah, that's Toto.
Was he? Well, you could see him?
He's our rescue puppy. Yeah, I picked him up.
Oh.
Yeah, Beckett is adorable. Toto's pretty cute, too.
Toto's.
John B. just subscribed. Welcome, brother. We're going to try to make it worth the click. If you haven't already subscribed, there's a button right here. You can do that.
Yeah.
Stockton guy, fasting blood sugar down from 125 to 90, all thanks to your advice. My PCP is going to be blown away and skeptical of how I did it. Thanks so much. Oh, Stockton guy, that's freaking awesome, brother. Now you get to teach your doctor the power of a proper human diet, don't you? That's pretty cool.
Once he gets here, I am so distracted.
I know, me too. But it's okay. It's all right.
Because I'm just wanting to see and listen to what he's saying.
Miriam, the farm channel is OB Farms. Stands for Oxford Berry Farms. OB Farms on YouTube. You can find it and subscribe. And I promise one day soon we're going to post a new farm video.
He puts this all on me because I don't have enough things.
I said we. Didn't I say we?
Yeah, but you were toned. there was a tone.
Let's see. What else we got here? New
We
subscriber.
lost Neisha. Yeah, to the
Pudding
baby.
Tang. Just subscribe. Thank you so much. We do have a beautiful family, except for me. I'm kind of the ugly outlier.
Oh, please.
Lady Smith says Beckett's such a cutie.
If you have someone has PKU, how do they eat healthy?
Well, if you have PKU, that is a genetic defect. You've already seen the geneticists and the pediatric endocrinologists. They've told you how to eat. You definitely can eat a lower carbohydrate diet and still benefit from it, but you've got to also follow the PKU guidelines. Mrs. Ladybug Hernandez says, can we have Coke Zero on keto? I think it's fine to use Coke Zero for a while to get off Coca-Cola, but I don't want any of you to think that Diet Coke or Coke Zero or any diet soda is a neutral food. They are made in a chemical factory. Now, if you need to use them for a few months to transition so that you're eventually just drinking sparkling water like we do, then that's fine. But do not include diet soda long-term in your keto. They're not healthy. They're not good for you. They don't contain anything that a human being needs to put in their body.
Me, Thomas. Okay, guys, that's it for us tonight. We will be back next week. Same place, same time to answer all your questions. I just wanted to say, if you guys haven't, if you're new to the Ken Berry channel, he has like 500 videos and almost every single topic. Can I keto with fill in the blank? What happens with blank? How do I blank? Just type in Ken Berry and whatever word, that keyword, intermittent fasting, inflammation, keto flu, keto rash, keto butt crack, like whatever it is you're looking for. I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, he has a video on it already.
I either have a video or I'm working on a video.
Yeah, so you guys who are newer, check all those. He may look a little different.
Yeah, go and look at some of my videos from 3.5 years ago and look at the inflammation then versus now. It's kind of weird. When I look at one of them, I can hardly look at it. Yeah, keto butt crack, Aaron.
And if you have Hashimoto'S, come check out my channel.
Neisha loves it.
I do lives every Saturday morning. We have coffee, we chat, we talk about things. If you have questions for me, every Saturday morning at 10 Central, that's when I'm open for business.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us. If you have more in-depth questions and that you really need an answer to, and there was too many people on this live, become a patron on patreon.com. I've got one. Neisha's got one that she coaches under, but mine, you can direct message me and ask me your questions about health, nutrition, medicine, anything else that you need answers to. There's a link down in the show notes. Thanks so much, guys, for being with us. We'll see you next week at 7 p.m. Central. Don't forget.
Bye.